sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. A look at the skyline in New York City as we're back at Carnesecca Arena. Starting lineups are sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Kim, who else are you eyeing in this matchup?
Lauren Van Clunen for Marquette. They didn't know if she was going to play. She is back. She adds some size for them at 6'2". And for St. John's, Leilani Correa, the sophomore, needs to get it going. Just 4 points in their last game at DePaul.
Marquette in the visiting blue. The Red Storm in the home white. Cameron Taylor and Raven Farley for the tip-off. And it belongs to Jordan King and the Golden Eagles. Taylor traveled.
Yep, John, some early steps there. Just have to nail down that footwork, maybe some of that rust we mentioned. They hadn't played in 24 days until just 2 days ago, Marquette.
And this is something both coaches have been telling us heading into this game. They both average over 17 turnovers per game. Joe Tartamella in year 9 at the helm, 2 wins shy of being second all-time in St. John's women's basketball history. Taylor, the sophomore, and an offensive foul called on Cameron Taylor. This was a problem on Friday. She had 2 quick ones at Seton Hall.
Exactly. Played just a couple minutes in that one, John.
Megan Duffy, the reigning Big East Coach of the Year. How about that mark through 40 games at the helm?
She's done a tremendous job in just her second season, and this is where she got her start, actually, John. We'll get into that a little bit later, but her first coaching job was right here at St. John's.
A couple of former assistants now leading these respective programs, battling today. They know each other's tendencies. Farley, the LSU transfer, gets St. John's on the board.
And that's a nice shot for Farley. She's known for her back-to-the-basket play, but Coach Tartamella told her she even has the ability to knock down the 3 every now and then.
King able to come out with it. Marquette coming off a loss at Seton Hall on Friday. Lott unable to finish, but Chloe Murata will head to the free throw line, getting fouled. There's that bond, Kim, from 2009, 2012. Joe Tartamella and Megan Duffy serving under Kim Barnes-Arico, the all-time winner for St. John's women's basketball.
First of all, we have some great style in that picture going back a couple years. I think they've upgraded their style a little bit, but interesting talking to them. They said they had like an all-world scout team going with their coaching staff, and we asked each coach what they thought about the other player. Coach Duffy said, Tartamella's all offense. He doesn't play defense at all, and they were always fighting over who would get the game-winning shot.
What's fascinating is you have Megan Duffy, who played under Muffet McGraw at Notre Dame, was an all-Big East selection, and she wasn't the one taking the shots in the practice games.
I don't know. We got to talk to Coach Tartamella about that, but Coach Duffy was a natural point guard, so I guess that is where she thrives.
12 on the shot clock. Correa into Farley. But King swiped it right from her. Murata, after the hesitation with the right hand, unable to get it to go, but Van Clunen pulled it down. Now Murata with a 3rd opportunity. Lott, the pull-up, knocks it down. Selena Lott for 3.
And John, that's going to be a problem all day for St. John's if they don't commit to boxing out Marquette, one of the top 2 rebounding teams in the Big East, them and UConn, with a +10 margin on the boards.
Nolan's off. You don't want to give Lott extra opportunity. She had 21 against St. John's back on December 14.
And here's another look at that. Just hustle play there from Chloe Murata. Great look opposite. Selena Lott with a little step back, a little spice on that one.
The senior from Troy, New York, so a bit of a homecoming back in her home state, and she has taken on that challenge of being this team's leader alongside Van Clunen, but it started with a conversation with Megan Duffy.
Right, she said those two have really improved leaps and bounds, and Selena Lott, like Leilani Correa, had an off night in the last game against Seton Hall, so right away we're seeing a more aggressive approach from her in this one.
Murata working her way to the foul on Nolan.
You talk about an aggressive approach. Chloe Murata has been everywhere in these opening 3 minutes, crashing the boards, showing her ability to take players off the dribble, and she gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
Another senior on this Marquette team. Golden Eagles returned 7 of their top 9 scores from a year ago. Here's Hoppy, guarded by Lott. Look at King will her way to the board. Up ahead to Lott. A touchdown.
That is what Coach Megan Duffy said she wanted to see more of. She likes her team to control the tempo, push the pace. She didn't think they did a great job of it at Seton Hall, a very quick team, but early on you could tell they are looking for those look-ahead passes.
Well, Lott had the slow start, as you said, in South Orange on Friday at Seton Hall. Only took 4 shots in the first half. She's already taken 3 and made 2 of them. And now she's got the basketball. An 8-0 Golden Eagles run, and King could not convert. Scoring wasn't the issue for St. John's. They scored 84 against DePaul on Wednesday. Raven Peoples with the bucket.
That's some miscommunication there. Peoples was wide open as Lauren Van Clunen gets it at the other end.
Now a turnover. Already the 4th by Marquette. Here's Bailey. We'll head to the free throw line.
And we're seeing similar styles early in this one, John. Both teams really looking to rebound and run. We're seeing some long outlet passes, so transition defense also going to be very important for both teams here.
Foul on Taylor Valladay. Here's Kadeja Bailey at the line. Kim, we were talking with Joe Tartamella yesterday, and he called her the X Factor a couple of times. She's coming off a career-high 22-point performance at DePaul.
She had a huge game, 10 of 13 from the floor, and Coach had been looking for that offensive breakout game from her, and they got it. And she's a player that Coach needs to score consistently, 12 to 15 a night to go along with Correa and Hoppy. She just adds some size, some quickness, some length on the perimeter.
King, off the elbow, Jordan King. King's known for her ability to distribute. 3rd in the Big East with over 4 assists per game. Now helping with Lott on defense to force a giveaway. Valladay weaves her way to Taylor. Timeout St. John's. Marquette starting fast in Queens. Van Clunen, really the glue of this team. Megan Duffy telling us, so efficient in her efforts in the post. They call her the team grandma.
Yeah, she is the leader. I saw she hosts a podcast. I think she leads the book club. We'll have to see what book of the month is for January.
Started that up on their pause. Again, the Golden Eagles did not play a game for 24 days up until Friday. And they've started well here today. Kadasha Hoppy with her first bucket.
I love that about Hoppy, because with how good of a three-point shooter she is, the defense is going to be up on her tight, so she has the ability to blow by and get that mid-range jumper going.
Lott answers.
And that's where she's at her best, John. She can knock it down from 3, but she has the advantage every time taking it off the dribble.
for Bailey. Coming off that career best performance and keeps it going.
Okay, Kadeja Bailey feeling herself after that career night. I didn't know she had that range. Showing us a little something.
Just her 4th 3 of the season.
St. John's now switching to a 2-3 zone here for the first time today.
Pull up for Walker is long, but Morata with another offensive rebound. Valade crossover, silky smooth.
And one thing about a zone, John, it is tougher to box out against a zone because you're not matched up with an individual player. So if they're going to stick to the zone, they have to be committed to finding somebody when the shot goes up.
Taylor Valade was a revelation in Friday's game, into double figures, first time in her career. Now a tie-up, and it'll stay with the Red Storm. That's part of the times of this season, though.
Here's that extra opportunity. Taylor Valade, a player who really had a breakout game against Seton Hall in the loss. Career-high 12 points, and I was really impressed by her quickness and her speed, both offensively and defensively.
Marquette still with their freshman class going through COVID-19 protocols. Liza Carlin, one of the main contributors for this team out. So that means other players have to take on the increased role and give it away this time after the Hoppy bucket. Well, after a discussion, it's actually going to stay with Marquette.
Officials must have seen a little bit of a deflection there on that lob pass.
Ashley Gloss talking to Joe Tartamella. He's assisted by Katie Lukanich and Mark Retsch this afternoon. Peoples with the hand. That is a focus in this game for Joe Tartamella because he felt like in the first meeting they gave up 10 to 12 points off baseline inbounds passes.
Right, he was very complimentary towards Marquette and how they execute baseline out of bounds, but that time they were keyed in on the matchups.
Is fouled by Hoppy.
And here's this inbounds. They defended the first one well, but that time Selena Lott, they had cleared out the other side, and she ran off a couple of screens to come right across that lane for the layup attempt.
Lott shooting over 90% from the free throw line this year. Emery Clegg has checked in for St. John's. Playing the point, here's Hoppy. Peoples off this time. A traveling violation call.
St. John's doing a better job now of finding players in transition than they did in those opening few minutes, forcing Chloe Morata to lose her footing a little bit, speed them up.
Well, it's been one way or the other thus far because Marquette has the 5 turnovers, but off to a 6 for 11 start from the field.
And sometimes you'll live with some turnovers as long as they're not live ball. Coaches like to see their players being aggressive. You just don't want to give the ball right to St. John's to lead them into transition.
How about the way this Golden Eagles team rebounds? They're up 10-2 in the rebounding battle thus far. Here comes Correa.
And John, both of these teams really getting up and running, and a concern for both coaches, and really any coach in the country who's dealing with the COVID pauses this season, is getting your conditioning back, getting in game shape. So we're seeing both of these teams recently off pauses, trying to find their conditioning to play the styles they like.
Hoppy with 4. Hoppy's in game shape.
Woo! That was tough. You couldn't have defended that much better. There was a hand in the face. She just had a couple inches of space on that high release. A huge threat from behind the arc.
Dasha Hoppe already with 7. Jordan King give and go with Taylor.
We asked Coach Duffy, where do you have an advantage in this game? And she said, in the paint. So it doesn't necessarily have to come from one of their bigs. Jordan King coming off of a nice screen to find the wide open layup in the paint.
As you just saw, 10 of their 20 coming in the paint. Final minute of this first quarter. Clegg in the corner. The Clemson transfer showing some range.
Camry Clegg, another player for Joe Tartamella, who's really starting to find herself in the offense. A career-high 9 points in that DePaul loss the other day.
Now a foul inside on Hoppe. That's big, Kim, because that's her second foul.
Coach Tartamella not happy with that call at all, but you cannot be physical in the post. You can't be using your lower body against theirs. So Hoppe was battling down low, trying to deny that entry pass, but Coach Tartamella not agreeing with that one. That is a big second foul for his star player.
The flow of this first quarter, who does it favor more?
I think Marquette. I think we're seeing Marquette rebound and run, but St. John's not as quick with some bigger size down low, but they like the up and down pace as well.
And Clunan with her first basket. Now the Red Storm holding for the final shot. Clegg with 5, coming off her first 3. Clegg floats it up there. Farley puts it back, and that'll do it for the first quarter. A 3-point game in Queens. Both teams shooting over 50%. Back in 2016. Smith, one of the top 5 all-time leading scorers in this program's history. How about at the top, Aaliyah Hanford?
Leah Hanford was a handful at the point, but always cool to see a former player come back to the staff. Shanika Smith, class of 2013. You know the culture, you know what the coaching staff is looking for. Always a great asset to have a former player on staff.
Farley on the back down. Just rimmed out.
I like to see them keep feeding it into Raven Farley and Raven Peoples when she comes in. They are 6'3", 6'4". They've got some size inside. They just had a little trouble finishing early. That was a tough one.
Marquette shot 8 for 14 in the opening quarter. King, Bailey got a hand in. Jump ball, it will stick with Marquette.
And that was good help defense by Khadijah Bailey. And when we were talking to Coach Tartamella about her breakout game against DePaul, he mentioned her defense, and we saw it right there with her length, just 2 feet in the middle of that paint, secondary defender, blocking that shot, altering that shot from Jordan King.
Van Clunan with the pull-up.
You see the big lineup in right now, John. Both of those Ravens. Raven Peoples at the top of the key. Raven Farley inside, 6'3" and 6'4".
Well, after one quarter, Marquette out rebounding St. John's 11-5. Joe Tartamella bringing in some size. Peoples to Farley.
Again, a great look, great decision by Peoples, but Farley just having a tough time finding the bottom of the net this afternoon.
A blocking foul call. You talk about the rebounding. It's the identity of this Marquette program, because in Megan Duffy's first 40 games at the helm of this program, the Golden Eagles have out-rebounded their opponents 37 times. The record, 28-9 in those games, including had a block by Peoples. Golden Eagles keep it.
And maybe surprising to both coaches, the only time they didn't was the last meeting. Selena Lott, she's off to a great start after a tough last game against Seton Hall. We've seen her score from everywhere on the floor, hitting a three and then attacking that rib. She's really tough to stop once she blows by you.
And Coonan now just 1 for 4. Correa had that denied by Selena Lott. You just saw what she's doing on offense. Van Coonan was tripped up.
Selena Lott is fired up. We were just praising her on the offense. Zip side, how about that block? And then to recover her own block, dribble it up the floor. Looking for that layup, but a little tie up there for Lauren Van Coonan. But Selena Lott, you could tell she got the message. Seton Hall had face guarded her for 40 minutes, frustrated her a little bit, but she is back with a vengeance today.
Well, what did Joe Tartamella tell us? Great players don't put up back-to-back weak performances. He knew that she was going to answer.
Right, that's the maturity of a senior, and I think Coach Tartamella would like to see the same from his sophomore today. Leilani Correa coming off of a tough night, scoreless so far today.
0 for 3 at DePaul. For one of the top scorers in the Big East, Kim right on cue, Coach Adams.
Here's Leilani. We're a little bit higher up this year, but she must have heard us from up here. That should get the juices flowing, get her confidence back a little bit.
I'll tell you, you work alongside a Penn grad.
I got a little, I can see into the future a little bit. I knew that was coming.
King was out of bounds.
And here's that three from Leilani Correa. Megan Duffy looks like she is the 6th defender out there for Marquette. And I tell you, this year they've switched to, wearing the sweats, wearing the sweatsuits. If anybody benefits from that, it's Coach Duffy, because she is constantly squatting and defending from the sidelines.
Just the former player in her. Tons of energy for Megan Duffy. 5 on the shot clock. Entered into Peoples, who finishes and gives St. John's the first lead since they were up 2-1.
Beautiful feed from Camry Clegg. Beautiful positioning from Raven Peoples, sealing her defender to be able to get that lob pass over the top.
It's the 7th Marquette turnover.
Here's another look. Camry Clegg just noticing Selena Lott was playing Peoples on the top side. And Peoples had plenty of room to take that one step right to the rim on the catch.
Back into Peoples.
Better defense that time. You saw 3 Marquette defenders collapse.
Correa had that altered by Valladay. There's that Megan Duffy hand in the face coming from the bench. And off the stop, Murata to Lott.
Ooh, that was pretty. I'm liking the patience by Chloe Murata. She always comes to that jump stop, doesn't get out of control, and Selena Lott, just a hard cut down the lane. Coach Tartamella actually said he thinks Selena Lott is one of the best cutters in the entire country.
11 points, 4 of 5 from the field for Lott after just 2 for 8 on Friday. A big bounce back thus far. 5 on the timer here for Correa. Clegg has to throw up a prayer, and it's a shot clock violation forced by the Golden Eagles.
And here's Chloe Murata leading the break. Doesn't have a good angle, but finding Selena Lott, who just caught the defense sleeping. That is a great connection there for the junior and senior.
Lott, there's that cutter.
I almost didn't see that. That was so quick. It was a textbook give and go. Pass to the wing, come off of a screen right at the elbow. That happened in about the blink of an eye.
Selena Lott with 13. Farley with the offensive rebound. Now Farley pulls and knocks it down.
Okay, Raven Farley, 6'4" inside, but Coach Tartamella from deep. She won't take it very often, but that is a way to stretch this Marquette defense.
Just her third three of the season. So you've had Bailey and Farley who've combined for 5 3-pointers all season long, each with 1 today.
St. John's actually has the best 3-point field goal percentage in the conference.
Cameron Taylor from just beyond the elbow.
A quiet start for her. It was a frustrating start for her in the loss against Seton Hall. You mentioned that foul trouble, played just a couple minutes in the first half. So she's still trying to find her footing here after that 24-day COVID pause.
Eight on the timer. Red Storm give it away. We've got a 1-point game, Kim Adams.
Selena Lott. Woo, what a flash. Give and go off of that screen. We got a good one here in Queens. Women's teams across the Big East wearing those Black Lives Matter patches, and it's something that is so important to all the players, all of the coaches. Talked to Megan Duffy yesterday, and she said maybe the thing she's most proud of this team is their efforts in the fight against social injustice, all that they've been doing and all that they continue to do in the community, on their campus. So really all 11 schools in the Big East doing a tremendous job at continuing on those conversations and creating change.
That's something both coaches across the conference have told us about, Kim, when we've talked to them, when they've gone through those pauses or those tough times when they weren't able to be together in person. They've just made the effort to have those conversations for change, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's in their meeting room.
Right, it's been a huge part of the season, maybe just as important as basketball for all of these teams.
After the People's bucket inside, Van Clunen was on the other end. We'll call it a pass from Cathis. Van Clunen's been all over the place. She's got 4 points now.
And that's the one area where St. John's is continuing to struggle, is boxing out Marquette, one of the top rebounding teams in the Big East. You have to find a body, especially on the biggest player on the floor in Lauren Van Clunen.
7 on the shot clock. Bailey on the tape. That rebound, Marquette now up 18-9 on the boards. Taylor catch and shoot. And yet another offensive rebound, the 8th for the Golden Eagles of this opening half.
And you can't give this Marquette team second opportunities. You have to commit to boxing out first and then going after the ball.
Into Taylor. This time, St. John's fortunate to come up with a stop. Drake inside to Farley, who's doubled, and she threw it away. Into the hands of Lott, who's 50 points away from 1,000. Make it 48 after that bucket. She's got 15.
Selena Lott is just taking it to another gear right now. Just 7 points against Seton Hall 2 days ago. She already has 15, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Drake. First bucket for Unique Drake, the sophomore. And Joe Tartamello was telling us they're trying to just get her into as much of a rhythm with an increased workload this season.
And we're seeing a ton of screening from St. John's. Unique Drake just simply coming off of a strong screen set by Bailey on that last bucket.
And the foul for Selena Lott, who's got 17 and is rolling.
Selena Lott is just all over the court. We mentioned in the open, this is where I think she's the best. In the open floor, in transition, defense to offense, but then the speed that she has, it's almost like she accelerated mid-dribble. She just took it to another level. And one, already ahead of her season average. 17 points, not even in the halfway mark yet. Make it 18.
40th time in her career that she's reached double figures. What a half for Selena Lott. Gradual progression of her. She came into the program, you're playing behind. Alizea blocked in Natisha Heidemann.
I was just literally thinking the same thing, John, about how much that had to have benefited her, being a key player as a freshman and a sophomore on championship caliber teams with, you know, Natisha Heidemann, current WNBA player, Alizea Blockton, phenomenal career. But now it's Selena's time to shine.
Galladay got a hand in. 6 on the shot clock for St. John's. Correa just with 3 points in this first half for the Red Storm. Drake looking. People's not a perimeter shooter. Drake got a step and just beats the buzzer.
Unique Drake noticing nobody on that block. Took it right to the rim.
King thought about it. On the take, back to St. John's. The 8th Golden Eagle giveaway.
To see them maybe get Leilani in some more screen and rolls, just seeing if they could get her going to the basket a little bit more. Isolate on one side.
And a chance to go 2 for 1. Instead played out the possession. Instead they're going to get none. Galladay off the steal. Up ahead to a wide open Murata.
Defense to offense, whether rebounding, whether turnovers, Marquette making it happen on the other end.
7 on the clock. Here's Drake with 3. Taken away by Van Clunen. With that heave, just short. But the Golden Eagles lead at the break. And why is that big? They're 22-1 under Coach Duffy when they lead at halftime. Been a Murata family legacy. Mark, a great player for the Golden Eagles, and outstanding in the classroom back in the 80s. Cam Murata not only played at Marquette, but is now a program assistant with the Golden Eagles, who won here in Queens yesterday, and now the ladies trying to follow suit.
Very cool that they all wear the same number, 52, and Chloe's father sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but what an incredible way to continue to honor him with that same number, same jersey.
What do you think St. John's needs to do to adjust in this second half?
Well, we mentioned some things at the half, starting with rebounding. You can't allow Marquette to get out and run, and you can't allow them to get second chance opportunities on their own end. So that's the first thing. That St. John's is doing fine offensively. They're sharing the ball, shooting at a high rate. It would be great if Leilani Correa could get going a little bit.
A foul away from the ball, and it's Correa holding her face. Well, Chloe Murata now as a junior, doing it off the court, interning with the athletic communications staff over the summer, and that was one of the many interview segments she did. Weekly segments on the Marquette WBB Twitter account, Chloe's Corner.
I would like to know if she's learned the name of the reindeer yet. We were watching a video from Marquette where they were trying to name the reindeer around the Christmas season, and none of them could do it. So we'll have to follow up with her, see if she knows those names yet.
Done a ton of team activities during that 3-week pause where they couldn't do basketball. They did a white elephant exchange. Now she's got the basketball and delivers the dish to Taylor.
She must have known we were talking about her. Spotlight was on her, and I mentioned earlier her patience. There it was again, getting double team, making the good pass.
Hopping into double figures. St. John's back within 1. Lott. There's Murata. This one just spins off and goes back to the Red Storm.
And that was a good sign for St. John's. We mentioned Kodasha Hoppe, 7 first half points, needing to get going a little bit. St. John's has had balanced scoring, but Leilani Correa, their leading scorer, just with 3. She had a tough night in their last game against DePaul. Let's see if she could shake it off a little bit.
Drake. You need Drake with her 3rd bucket. Only averages about 8 points a game. She's got 6. Murata the pull-up. King, we talked about her. You've been talking about her game. And Chloe Murata has started off the Golden Eagles to open this second half.
Our producer, Dave Katz, must have known the Chloe show was coming. He gave her a nice little intro there. Chloe Murata, great production out of halftime.
Farley showing the range. She's got 7 points. The Red Storm at 49% from the field. Marquette at 47%. It's been a back-and-forth game, and now Farley says no can do. Hoppy. A block on the other end by King. Lott to King. Back to Lott. Nolan racing for it.
Things are heating up. Both teams coming out of the locker room with a lot of energy on both defense and offense. Both teams that like to get up and down, and we're seeing that early.
Farley was held. Held by King. That last bucket by Kadasha Hoppy, the pull-up three, giving her 1,300 career points. She's the active Big East leading scorer.
And a lot of those points have come from behind the arc, John. She is currently second all-time at St. John's three-point field goals made. We'll see if she can claim that #1 spot by the end of this season.
Pass picked off by Taylor. The 9th St. John's turnover. Murata out to King. King was wide open, got it back. Another offensive rebound by Taylor, and on the 10th offensive board, she's fouled.
There's no let-up from any of the Golden Eagles on the floor when it comes to offensive rebounding. It comes from the perimeter. Jordan King misses the three, but Cam Taylor just skies in there. She's a physical player. She's got the strong builds. Still trying to find her offensive footing a little bit here from that 24-day COVID pause, but one thing she will always do is go after those rebounds.
Just a sophomore. We were talking with Megan Duffy earlier this week. She said Cam is beyond her years in the way that she comes into the gym, first one in, last one out type of mentality, just so steady for a second-year player.
Right, I remember her coming on late last season, and you would never think she was a freshman with what she was doing last year.
That's an offensive foul on Drake.
And I believe it was Chloe Murata. We keep bringing up her name, and every time we do, it's for something different. That time, drawing the offensive foul. Chloe Murata having a great all-around game.
Valladay knocks it down. Taylor Valladay with her second bucket.
Marquette being really aggressive against the zone. St. John's coming back out in that 2-3 zone, but Marquette is really attacking the teeth of that zone in the paint.
Well, Marquette, just with their second bench basket, they're down to 8 players. A team that has the majority of their rotation in, but still overcoming that here. St. John's with the 10-point advantage in the reserve category. And they're overcoming it because Selena Lott has been in another mode. That gives her her 9th career 20-point game.
That was a little bit too easy. Selena Lott just looked like a gazelle, just prancing down the court, prancing right through the middle of the lane. Taylor Valladay with the steal.
And the sophomore from Chicago scores it. A timeout for St. John's. It's an 8-0 Golden Eagles surge.
Selena Lott, 20 points on the day, just stepping around that defense. The senior guard has her game, but I've heard through the grapevine that John Fanta may have his sights set on another game going on this afternoon. Apparently, he might be a fan of one of the teams playing today.
Well, as you know, Kim, I'm one of Cleveland's own. Grew up Browns, Indians, Cavaliers fan.
Well, I am wishing you well this afternoon, my friend. What did they say, dog check or something like that?
Dog check is what's used.
Okay, dog check.
We're going to check out for just a moment as St. John's and Marquette take a quick timeout. Back after this 7-point game. Or
sophomores. Paige Beckers out of UConn. Leilani Correa, number 3. But it's a tough outing for her. Just 3 points. So we will see if St. John's can get her involved in some screen and rolls, maybe get her out in a little bit of transition. They are going to need a boost from her for sure.
It's the 8th Golden Eagles turnover. To your point on Correa, it's one of the challenges that this St. John's coaching staff has been trying to navigate, because Padasha Hoppe started the season injured, comes back into the rotation, is averaging over 18 per game. They're trying to get Hoppe and Correa to coexist.
And I think what you said earlier was a great point about Selena Lott. Had a poor outing, her worst offensive game of the season. Bouncing back with a monster game. That's a senior versus a sophomore. So we're looking to see that growth, that mental maturation from Leilani Correa.
For the Golden Eagles, the turnover problem has mounted not as much in the points off them, but 8 giveaways in this game. It's something that's a conscious focus of this coaching staff. Taylor, long, got her, oh miss. The give to Valladay. Back to the Red Storm.
It's getting a little crowded inside there, John. Physical, a lot of bodies. Like to see Cam Taylor kind of recognize that and look to kick out to players who should be open on the perimeter, because St. John's is really clogging inside when she catches it.
Marquette with just 1-3 to that. St. John's has not scored in 4 minutes as Lott just stuffed that one from Bailey.
And I think what St. John's has to remember is they're only down 7 points. A run like that can make you feel like you're down 20. Selena Lott, I mean, we've talked about her offense, but she's got a couple blocks on the afternoon as well with those long arms, just getting it done everywhere on the floor.
2 blocks, 2 steals for the senior Golden Eagle. 9 on the shot clock for Farley. Now 5 on the shot clock. Farley is stopped. Taken away by Valladay. Taylor Valladay up to 8 points.
The sophomore Valladay really starting to become an integral part of this Marquette team. That's why I, quite frankly, was blown away by her speed watching back the Seton Hall game, because we didn't see her that much last year. But now she's getting her opportunity and really becoming an impact player for this Golden Eagles team.
Joe Tartamella calls a timeout. Taylor Valladay entered the weekend averaging only 3 points per game. She's got 20 in the last 2 games, and perhaps counting. Golden Eagles up 9.
Laying it up easily for 2. She had a career-high 12 against Seton Hall, and she is up to 8 on the afternoon here.
The Farley fadeaway breaks up a nearly 5-minute scoring drought for the Red Storm. Taylor travels.
And that's a couple times we've seen Taylor just not be extremely certain on her footing, but that's also a kind of a tough spot for her to catch the ball. I think we saw Coach Duffy just telling Taylor Valladay, you know, let your post player get set. Don't try and give her something on the run. That's not what they're really comfortable doing.
Drake had that altered by Antoinette Walker. That ball goes off of Valladay and back to the Red Storm.
Nice job by Unique Drake here. This is turning into a little bit of a track meet here. There's a lot of speed in this game, but transition defense is going to have to be huge in this final 12 minutes for St. John's.
St. John's stuck in a rut. 6 turnovers in as many minutes. The box out by Taylor off that miss. That pass picked off. Nolan got the deflection. Now Hoppy from Correa.
We haven't seen much of that from St. John's. Creating turnovers, scoring at the other ends. Coach Duffy wants a timeout.
Just when Marquette got an 11.
Hoppy, that is what St. John's needs to do more of. They have the ability to get in those passing lanes and get out for easy buckets.
Lott cutting in and was fouled going up by Farley.
Selena Lott, again, just showing her ability to move without the basketball. She's always going to be the player that the opponent is keying on the most defensively, so she has to really work to get open, and she didn't do that so well against Seton Hall when they face guarded her. Just kind of settled, but today she is really working to get open. 20 points today. Reminder, she did have 18 at the half, but she is having some of her teammates step up a little bit more here in the second.
Officials were just clarifying the foul. It is on Raven Farley. It's her 3rd foul. She and Emma Nolan each had 3 apiece. Nobody in trouble for the Golden Eagles. A rare miss for Lott, over 90% free throw shooter. He's up to 21. Had 21 in the first meeting between these two teams back on December 16th. A 4-point Marquette win. 6-point game here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Farley off the roll. Just could not finish, and now on the tie-up possession arrow with St. John's.
Raven Farley getting a great look on that one on the screen and roll. St. John's continues to run a ton of ball screens. Unique Drake. Great find over the top, but just a couple instances this afternoon where Raven Farley just hasn't had good placement on her layups.
Drake pulling it back out. Now with 12 on the shot clock. Finds Correa, who only has 1 made shot today. Nothing doing there. Nolan back to Correa. Boy, did she need that.
And Selena Lott was doing a tremendous job of guarding her, but they continued to screen, and Correa just got lost a little bit. Lost her defender. Find a quick window for that 3.
2 of 3 beyond the arc for Correa. That's where all 6 of her points have come. Now 6 seconds for Lott. Stolen away by Drake. They've got 3 seconds. Up ahead to Hoppy. Well, a 3-point game.
Behind her and just come out aggressively and confidently, knowing that she is one of the top scorers in this conference, and realize that her team is only down 3. They need her big time here in this final 10.
Critical moment in the Red Storm season. They are 1-4 in Big East play. Inside to Lott, who was fouled.
There it is again, John. Just a simple cut. There's so many simple things that you can do well in this game and make an impact. It doesn't have to be anything flashy as we take a look at the preseason rankings versus the current rankings. So Marquette right where they should be. St. John's ranked 4th, currently in 10th. So this is a big game on your home floor You're in a tight one. You want to win on your home floor, because with the way this season is going, you never know what's going to get canceled, where you'll be shipped out to next. You want to control what you can control.
Emma Nolan just committing her 4th foul for the Red Storm. Only St. John's player in trouble at the moment. She stays in this game. Drake with 10 on the shot clock. The pull-up. Inside to Taylor. That came in from Lott, and Cameron Taylor will head to the free throw line.
And that was a really nice job by Marquette of moving that ball side to side in order to get Cam Taylor open on the post. And a great feed inside from Selena Lott. Just like that, Raven Farley commits her 4th foul. So that means Kadesha Bailey, she comes in for Emma Nolan. Farley still in there for now, but it's something Joe Tartamella will have to monitor, as Taylor, a 47% free throw shooter, is at the line. It's definitely an area where she's going to need to improve, John, because she's getting to the line a ton, and she's going to continue to get to the line a ton. So that is one area of the game where the sophomore can really work to get, 5-6 extra points a game.
An area that Megan Duffy wants to improve all around. Marquette's only shot 68% at the line this season. Could be a critical number to watch going forward. In and out for Clegg, but Correa was pushed by Jordan King going for the rebound. Raven Peoples comes back in for Farley, who has the 4 fouls. Peoples has 6 points. She's now 11 for her last 12 from the field. Three-point shooting has kept St. John's around in this game. They're 7 for 15 from deep. Clegg is way short.
Just didn't have the legs into that shot. Had good positioning in the middle of the paint, but got to fire up those legs.
King on the back door. That's the 14th Marquette turnover, matching St. John's total.
This is where St. John's needs to capitalize on those empty possessions. You have to come back with a bucket of your own.
See who they go to for it. Correa. This is who you want to have the ball in your hands, and Correa delivers and gets St. John's back within a possession.
That was excellent action there. They ran a couple players off of that screen, kind of throw off the defense, and then it was Correa who's so solid at that mid-range game.
Taylor just rolled right through an off-ball screen and scored it. Cameron Taylor with 11 points. She wanted the foul, too. She had a little word to the official after that bucket. Now an illegal screen on Hoppy.
And here's Cam Taylor, just a physical, fiery player, just rolling right to the basket after setting a screen. She's tough to stop when she catches the ball in that position.
Joe Tartamella said it's something that she's only a sophomore. That was the 3rd foul on Kadesha Hoppy as Lott finishes through contact. Selena Lott with 24. Hoppy with the left hand. Spins out. The rebound for Marana. Now the Golden Eagles. King. Lott pursues and gets rewarded.
Selena Lott in the cleanup, but we may need to have a little bit of a layup clinic after this game, John. Both teams are just missing a ton of easy layups.
Now Hoppy turns it over. Well, you know what happens if you miss a shot? You got to be able to rebound the basketball. Marquette's done that all day.
Here we go. Jordan King missing that one, but who else But Selena Lott, the bench, fired up after that one. Those are the plays that are making the difference in tight games. Second chance opportunities, diving for loose balls. And Selena Lott has just been everywhere on the floor this afternoon.
Golden Eagles with a 12-6 edge in offensive rebounds. Kate has had her shot blocked by Bailey. Red Storm look to run. Correa, the pull, the bucket. It's a 2.
That's pure, John. You hear the sound of that net. She is automatic when it comes to that mid-range pull-up game. Keeps her dribble low, elevates right up into that shot.
King. Another offensive rebound, and Taylor with the putback.
Golden Eagles just continue to dominate the glass, especially on their own missed attempts.
The rebound counter, Marquette 34, St. John's 21. Play. Another short jumper. King comes out with it.
And this is where Hoppy and Correa need to be a little bit more aggressive. 2 of the top scorers in the conference. No offense to your other teammates, but your team needs you to be a little bit more selfish right now. Go get the ball and make a play.
Morata says, why not? And gives Marquette its largest lead. Will Correa answer that call? Peoples was swarmed by 4 Golden Eagles.
And that's what you're taught as a post player, really anybody. When you rebound the ball, keep it up high. Peoples had the ball, brought it down to her hips, and Golden Eagles just get their hands on it.
King. Just off. Yet another offensive rebound. The 14th of this game for Marquette.
And John, what's interesting about that is it's not like Marquette has a size advantage. It's similar sizes, offense, defense. They are just outwilling St. John's on the boards.
It's who they are. And as a result, Selena Lott going to head to the free throw line.
Marquette getting it done on the offensive glass all day. How about that strength and power from Cam Taylor? And then Chloe Morata, no one's guarding me. I'm going to take that shot. Marquette up 11.
The Marquette Golden Eagles aiming to go to 4-1 in Big East play. Came into today looking to bounce back. The Golden Eagles on the season against St. John's can plus 50 in the paint.
Oh my gosh. And Coach Duffy talks about wanting that inside-outside game for her team. Well, they haven't needed the outside game today. Look at those stats. 40-12 points in the paint. Just 1 3-point field goal made for Marquette. Everything they have done today, well, not everything, but the majority of it, has been in that painted area.
Those 2 free throws give Selena Lott a new season high, 28 points.
Coach Duffy is like getting her high knee skips on the sideline. She's fired up.
Finally out of the timeout, and it's back to 11. Here comes some St. John's pressure. Van Clunen to a wide open Lott. Give her 30.
That's tough. You set up the press and you lose the best player on the floor today. That can't happen. Good awareness by Selena Lott.
Selena Lott's career high came against St. John's. She's been a Red Storm killer, 34 last season. And an air ball on the 3. John's just 3 of 10 in this 4th quarter, 0 for 3 from 3, and the 3-point shooting is what has kept them in the game, 7 for their first 14. us some signs in the first half. As Drake drives and was sent away by King.
Marquette has done a great job defensively, being keyed in on the matchups, making things really tough for Correa, for Hoppy, and then a play like that, just knowing your scout, communicating, switching, reacting.
Centered into Murata with 7 on the timer. Off to King, slicing and dicing.
That was pretty. I could see that play developing from our little perch up here where we're higher than we normally are, and I was hoping that was going to happen. King with the beautiful cut.
Hoppy unable to hit. The Golden Eagles have outscored St. John's in this fourth quarter 18-6, and it's a testament to what Megan Duffy told us. In a season especially like this one, you better defend and rebound.
Absolutely. It's been the rebounding for me is what has changed the complexion of this game in the favor of Marquette. It's really gotten their intensity up. Unique, Drake trying to go up with it, but the Golden Eagles have been everywhere defensively. And then Chloe Murata again. Let's see how many assists she has today. She's up to 7 assists. She's had some beautiful passes, and teammates doing a good job of cutting down the lane.
A career high 7 dishes for Murata. Tying her career high with 12 boards. What a day for the junior.
She's steady. She's solid. She's not going to wow you with any crazy behind-the-back moves, anything like that. She's just solid and makes good decisions with the ball, and she's a monster rebounder, the way you see her go after those boards.
Marquette on the cusp of quite a successful weekend in Queens, as Chloe's brother Cam on the Marquette men's coaching staff. They won by 2 over the Red Storm yesterday. That pass picked off though by Bailey. 2-on-1. They work for it and get it back to 12.
Deja Bailey just coming in like an NFL player on that intersection. Just was way out of the frame. Use her speed and length.
Would you have thought about this pressure perhaps earlier in the game?
I would have, especially because St. John's only has Marquette only has 8 active players, and they couldn't have maybe gone up and down as well as St. John's. So I think they could have benefited from some full court pressure a little bit earlier in this game.
Murata has a double-double now. Second of her career with 11 and 12. Correa fighting for the offensive rebound. It's off to Hoppy. St. John's without a 3 in this fourth quarter, and Hoppy just 5 points in this second half. Taylor. Hoppy from way downtown, able to drill it for her third 3. She's got 15. But comes off as a moot point with the way Marquette has done the little things, Kim.
We've seen the rebounding, but I think their defense has really been on display. They've been making it tough for everything, defending every player, denying passes.
Murata the kick. Dalladay with 2 on the shot clock, up and under, and a foul is called. There's that question this year in the Big East. Of course, UConn is back, and the Huskies primed to be in that top spot. DePaul is also ranked in the AP Top 25. The thought in mind was, who would be 3, 4, 5 in this conference? Marquette about to be 4-1 in league play.
I mean, I like Marquette's chances of going against UConn, because when you have a team that shows the tenacity that they've shown on the defensive end and on the boards, that's kind of the #1 thing when you play UConn, is just to not be intimidated. And this Marquette team has shown toughness and that they're not going to back down.
Out Drake with 5 seconds to go. It's short and fitting that Murata caps it off with a rebound. Marquette goes to 4-1 in Big East play. An 11-point win over St. John's. 14 boards, 11 points, 7 assists for Chloe Murata.